Today, with today's day, everything is confirmed and everything is already set. I'm officially a 17-year-old high school dropout. And in this video, just want to go ahead record why I did it. Like, what are the, plans for the future? Why I did it? And would I recommend it to somebody else who's maybe like starting out, maybe thinking of doing the same or similar thing? So let's just get right into it, right? So honestly, I started thinking of this decision of just like overall dropping out of school way back in the day. It was just about January, February, where I started making some first money from my online business, right? It was nothing too crazy, honestly. It was just like about up to $1,000 in a month, right? It was just like January and February, I was at about 1K per month. So nothing too crazy, but I already started picking up on those like, okay, cool, this is actually possible. I can actually make this work. I was just so motivated to keep working, keep hustling, because I was seeing that, okay, this is actually paying off. This starts to pay off. Then came March, which honestly was one of these months where I started like genuinely believing that, okay, I can make this work and I can genuinely make a living with this, because this was my first month where I actually crossed multiple four figures in a month, which was just a bit more than $2,000 in the month of March, right? So I was super hyped. I was like, okay, cool, I made this 2K, more than 2K even in this month. So then next month, which is gonna be April and May, I'm just gonna be crushing it and I'm gonna hit 5K and more, right? So I have like so much motivation and I just want to grind, right? And so that was the time where I already kind of started thinking of this decision of dropping out of school, because I had 3 clients at the time and I couldn't really find more clients because I didn't have simply time to put into these clients, to simply like do work for them, right? I just didn't have time for these clients. So the only way I could make more was to just find clients that pay me more and to charge them more for my services, right? Which obviously was possible as well. But I was like, this school is blocking me so much. Like, if I could just not be in school, focus on this mission, focus on what I'm doing, like I could just have so much better results at this point already, right? But I was like, okay, cool, let me just continue. We'll see what will happen, right? Simply. And then came April, which was probably one of the most depressing months of my whole journey, because just after hitting 2K per month in the month of March, I thought, okay, cool. April is just gonna be one of the best months ever. I'm just gonna hit 3K or more. And well, guess what happened? The exact opposite, right? God, I guess, just wanted to humble me and just tell me that I'm not there yet and that I should keep working. Because what happened? I've made less than $500 in the month of April. So just imagine that. After hitting my first multiple 4-figure month in March, I was so hyped. I was like, okay, let me just crush it. Let me just make 10K next month. And then what happened is I barely made any profit. Because I remember in March, I even rewarded myself, went to like a nice hotel, just bought some stuff, bought this watch even. And, I was just like so, not depressed, but I felt so bad because, I just made like less than $500, almost no profit this month. And I was like, how does this work? Like last month, I felt like a king. I finally made multiple 4 figures, which obviously isn't anything crazy, but at the time, it was huge for me. That was the first month where I've made like more than my teachers. I was like, okay, this is working. Obviously with full respect to my teachers, but I'm gonna touch on that later on, right? But so this April showed me that, hey, okay, maybe like just continue what you're doing, because I'm glad I didn't drop out back then, because, the month of April just showed me that I'm not that sustainable in terms of the income and that I'm not really making a sustainable living at this moment. Then came May, which on the other hand, April was one of the most depressing months and May was one of the best months, the most blessed months, because I landed my biggest client for multiple thousands of dollars. And from there I was just scaling my income, right? So in May I made about 3K, then in June I made 4K, then in July, which was the month that we just ended, just a bit more than 4K, and now we're in August, which I'm gonna end at a bit more than $6,000 if everything goes well, which I'm sure it will, right? So at this point I have this track record, which I'm like, okay, cool. The last 4 months proved to me that I can easily live life on my own terms, because easily with this income in the country that I live in, which is Poland, like for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, for $5,000 plus, you can already live a pretty decent life here in my country. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm just dropping out, because this idea was born already so many months ago. And this just gave me the confirmation, okay, I just gotta drop out now. Like, this is the moment, because I know that soon, if I drop out now, I will have so much more time and I will be able to actually, get even better results, make more money, and overall just live the life of my dreams, live the life that I always dreamt of, right? So, I mean, that's exactly what I did right now, because I had this track of record for the last 3-4 months. I've been already making decent money, and now it's only gonna go up. And I have this track record and proof of concept. I already know, okay, cool, even if I lose all of my clients today, 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be at the same exact income. And it doesn't matter whether I'm like at 5K, 3K, 10K. I'm just gonna 2 weeks, 1 month, maybe 2 months on maximum, I'm just gonna be at the same income bracket. Now, the reason why is because I already have the skills, I already have a bunch of results, a bunch of good case studies, and all of that now puts me in a position where it doesn't matter what happens, I will make it happen. I will get more clients. I will get new clients. Whatever there is, I can replace my clients, I can get some other clients, and I'm really in a safe position where I now don't need to stress that much about what happens, because I know I will figure it out and I will find a way to get back to the position that I am and better, right? So that's really why I did it. That's kind of justification as to why it made sense for me. Now, do I advise it? Not really. It only makes sense if you're in an actual position where you can, okay, for the past, let's say 3, 4, 5 months, you could easily afford living on your own. You know that school won't make any sense for you in the future, because for me, like, I'm just gonna be honest, in school I didn't really listen, right? And it's not because I'm like, messed up, because I'm just like crazy. It's just because I didn't find any interest in the topics that were in school, right? So whether I was history, I just didn't care, because the only thing that I want to do right now is to make as much money as possible in my late teens and early 20s, so that when I'm 20, 21, 22, I can live the life on my own terms, which is exactly what I'm striving for, right? So it doesn't really make sense for me to listen to people that teach me history, that teach me whatever, any of these subjects, because they don't add as much value to my life right now, right? Right now, my focus is, as I just said, make as much money, get as much freedom, and live life on your own terms in your early 20s. So to me, it makes much more sense to learn from people who are already in this position, right? With full respect to my teachers, but if I would want to learn history, if I would want to learn maybe geography, right, whatever that is, I would gladly sit like super locked in and grind it out in my classroom, because that's what I want to learn. And I don't care then how much my teachers make. Like, I just don't care if they know geography, if they know history, whatever I want to learn, then I'm just fully locked in and I can grind it out, right? But here, in that case, for me, it's just who is in the position that I want to be in. Those are the people that I'm going to be learning from, right? So that's why I made this decision. For me, it makes crystal clear sense. And honestly, I don't even view it as a risk, because I just know that this is what I'm supposed to do. And I feel like everybody has this. And to me, it doesn't matter whether you are still in school, whether you drop out. To me, if you chase your dreams and you know that what you're doing is great for you and this is part of your vision, to me, it's what life is about, really, right? So whether you go to college, maybe you want to become a doctor or a lawyer, like, I respect that absolutely, personally, and I think you should go that route. If that's your dream, chase it, right? That's the same with me. Like, I just want to be an entrepreneur, have the freedom, and that's why I quit school. It simply does not make sense for me. So to me, the main thing is to chase your dreams, is to really just go the route that you want to go and that makes the most sense for you and will get you to the point and to the life that you want to live. I appreciate you guys. I hope you found it valuable. Maybe it helps somebody. Maybe it inspires you to make some moves in your life to get to where you want to be. Thank you, and I see you in the next one. Peace.